Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us on what is a very exciting day for the University of Alabama and our athletics department. Before we begin the press conference, just going over the format real quick, I'm going to ask everyone to silence their cell phones if you have not done so already. As soon as the press conference ends, for the media, we will do no questions at the press conference. We're going to do 2 breakout sessions. Print media will go to the AD conference room. A member of our staff will lead you guys there. For TV and video cameras, we'll just do a scrum up here. We'll have Greg and Coach Love both speaking. We'll do Greg in the AD conference room first, and Pauline will be here, and then we'll flip-flop them after 10 or 15 minutes so everybody gets their questions and gets what they need. All right, so at this time, I'll go ahead and bring up our athletics director, Greg Byrne. Greg?
Thank you, Aaron. Roll Tide, everybody. All right, got to put my glasses on so I can read. So this is an exciting day for us as we welcome Pauline Love as the 10th head coach of the Alabama women's basketball team. I want to thank President Moeller. Guy's awesome. We're so thrilled to work with him. And his support through the process, as well as Chancellor Trant and our Board of Trustees. Thank you to Dr. Karen Lee, right over there. Kyle, where's Kyle? I saw him there in the back. Kyle Vasey, Joe Suter, and Brett McCracken back there for all their support and guidance through this process. I also want to thank Christy Curry and the impact she had to dramatically improve our program. We had a lot of conversations as we went through this process. We had a lot of interest in the job. Our brand, the University of Alabama, is strong. We know that. We're fortunate for that. Knew Pauline from her previous time here, and you kind of walk away from somebody every time you interact with them and go, person's impressive. That was Pauline, how I felt about her every single time. But really got to know her better in the conversations over the last week. She has extensive SEC experience, associate head coach at Oklahoma, assistant coach and recruiting coordinator here at Alabama as well as Arkansas. She's a proven recruiter and a developer of talent. And I'm glad some of our student athletes are out here today too. Appreciate y'all being here. Here's some quotes from some of her former student athletes. So we have a little trick, and Karen carried the water for us on this one. We block our number. And this time she said, hey, I'm Karen. I like to research coaches. I've done it before. I said, hey, I'm Greg. I like to research coaches. So you're not lying. You're telling the truth, but you want to find out about him or her. So here's quotes from 2 former student athletes that just thought we were researching Pauline. She advocated for me. She gave me a voice I didn't know I had. She found a way to build relationships on and off the court and always coach from the heart. She has, another one said, she has a great knowledge of the game. She is good at keeping calm and composed. Steady Eddie, there we go. And is always encouraging. She has an ability to connect with people from different backgrounds. She will be any player's #1 encourager and fan. Today's world, let's talk about that for a second. You have to deal with reality. You have to. You don't have a choice. I will say I'm amazed at many of the inaccurate narratives that have been out there during this process. NIL and rev share, you have to be competitive, but you also have to balance the health of your entire department and all of your teams and student athletes. I'm also proud of the continued growth and investment in our women's basketball program. Our women's basketball budget has grown 170% over the last 6 years. We're about to open a beautiful $54 million practice facility to benefit our men's and women's basketball programs. The way we support our student athletes academically, medically, nutrition, mental health, etc., including women's basketball, is the best in the nation. We will continue to do this. So that takes us to Pauline and why she is the perfect fit for today's world. We talk about NIL, we talk about academics, basketball, and all the other important things. When I interview coaches, I say A to Z, academics to zone defense. We got to cover it all. We also talk about how we separate ourselves from our competition. She told me about, and I'm going to try not to get choked up during this time because it's a great story. And my line I always use, Lucy heard it the other day. Regina, I appreciate Regina being here today. Regina says, Greg will cry at the grand opening of a Piggly Wiggly if you're not careful. So So Pauline told me about growing up in Luxora,
That's right.
Arkansas.
That's right.
Sarah, you ever been there? No, either have I. And was a top player in the state, and why she decided to go to Southern Miss and play for a coach she loved and knew the feeling was mutual. See, Pauline hadn't seen much outside of Luxora, Arkansas. You said you'd been to Graceland. That was about it. Okay. And she talked about taking a one-way bus ride on the Greyhound, literally, with her world belongings in a duffel bag. And then she also had a queen-size comforter under the other arm to put on her dorm bed. And that was it. And when she arrived at Southern Miss, she immediately wondered if she belonged. Her roommate had a TV. She came with her own refrigerator full of snacks and many other items that Pauline didn't have. Her roommate welcomed her and told Pauline this was our TV and put it at the center of the room. Told Pauline this was our snacks in the fridge. Her roommate took the queen comforter and tucked it all in around the twin-size bed and said, "This fits perfectly." Sorry. She made Pauline feel accepted and made her feel like she was her teammate and friend. I regularly say that in today's world we have to deal with reality, which we are. But if it's only about money, then we may not be the best place for you. If it is about having a culture of getting high-level kids who want to be a part of a place where the expectations are sky high, but you will come together with other young people from all different backgrounds and have an excellent culture to allow our student athletes, coaches, and staff to work together to maximize their opportunities, maximize their development, both on and off the court, grow their brand, which allows legitimate NIL opportunities, and walk out of here the best version of themselves for the future. This is what we'll be about, and this is a separator from our competition. Pauline has lived that and has an energy and vision for Alabama women's basketball that is exactly what we need for today's world. And now today, Pauline Love from Luxora, Arkansas, is the head coach of the University of Alabama. Please give a great Crimson Tide welcome to our head coach, Pauline Love. Jersey. Let's do a picture and let me dry my eyes.
I know, mine too.
All right, here we go. Look at that.
It's a cool last name.
That is. That's great. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll take that from you.
Yep.
And I'll steal this too.
You got that.
Nice hands.
All right, good morning and roll tide. Listen, I'm going to try to get through this without shedding a tear. It's hard because so many people sacrificed a lot of things for me to be here today. So if I read fast, I apologize. I'm just trying to get through it, okay? But again, thank you all for being here. First, I want to thank the University of Alabama Board of Trustees, our president, Dr. Moeller, Greg Byrne, Karen Lee, Cal Vasey, our current players. Thank you for showing up today. I appreciate that so much. And everyone involved in this process for trusting me with this opportunity. This is a place with a championship standard, passionate people, and a tradition and brand that speaks for itself. I am incredibly honored to be your head coach. Before anything else, I want to take a moment and say thank you to the people that helped shape me. To Coach Brooks, Donald Williams, which everybody's familiar with, Mike Neighbors, Christy Curry, Jenny Baranchek. Thank you for pointing to me, believing in me, and allowing me to grow. Each of you has impacted me in how I lead, how I teach, and how I serve. I also want to honor someone who meant so much. She was more to me than a coach. Yo, I'm so sorry. She'd be so mad that I'm crying right now. She would tell me to dry my eyes and stop being so weak, so I'm trying. She was more than a coach. She was like family. Her impact in my life, on my career, and the way I love this game will stay with me forever. And thank you, Dennis, for being here today. That's Coach Manilis's husband in the back. Man, get it together. To my family, thank you for your love, your support, your sacrifices. You've been with me through every step of this journey, and I wouldn't be here without you. And I must give love to where it all started, my hometown, Luxor, Arkansas. Now, I want y'all to go look that up on the map. It's a little speck. It's in the Arkansas Delta. We like to call it the Cotton Patch because that's all I seen growing up. That small town built me. It gave me my foundation, my toughness, my work ethic, and my belief that anything is possible. Today is more than just about me being named the head coach. It's about the start of something special with Alabama women's basketball. Our program will be built on 3 pillars: toughness, togetherness, and trust. Toughness is how we would compete physically and mentally every single day. Togetherness is how we would stay connected through adversity, through success, and through everything. And trust would allow us to perform at our very best when it matters the most. You will see a team that plays hard, plays fast, and plays for each other. A team that embraces the challenge of competing in the SEC and represents Alabama with pride. We're going to build a program that develops great players, but more importantly, great people. A program where accountability is real, relationship matters, and standards are lived every single day. To our current players and future players, I'm excited to get to work with you, to build a relationship and to grow together. To our fans and this community, we're going to give you a team you can be proud of, one that competes with heart, discipline, and purpose every time we step on the floor. This is just the beginning. We're going to work, we're going to grow, and we're going to do it together. Roll Tide.